हेलो, आवाज आ रही है। आवाज आ रही है और ये स्क्रीन विजिबल है। हेलो। ओके। Today's topic is what plant water and relation. पेंसिल ही चार्ज नहीं है। So let's start with plant growth and development chapter. Plant growth and mineral nutrition. Growth is one of the characteristic feature of living organism. ये पहला पॉइंट है. इस पे तो क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा पहले पैराग्राफ में, पर फिर भी आप याद रखें कुछ कुछ पॉइंट्स कि ग्रोथ जो होते हैं प्लांट्स में वो क्वांटिटेटिव भी होते हैं और क्वालिटेटिव भी होते हैं. क्वांटिटेटिव एस्पेक्ट स्पीक्स फॉर एन इंक्रीज इन लेंथ. मतलब जब भी हम क्वांटिटेटिव ग्रोथ चेक करते हैं तो लेंथ चेक करते हैं, ब्रेड्थ चेक करते हैं, साइज भी चेक, वॉल्यूम चेक, बॉडी मास और ड्राई वेट एंड नंबर ऑफ पर सेल्स. ग्रोथ एज क्वांटिटेटिव चेंज इन फाइनल एंड प्रोडक्ट ऑफ सक्सेसिव मेटाबॉलिज्म भी चेक कर सकते हैं. Qualitative aspects talks about the change in the nature of growth, where development is an ordered change or progress. Development is an ordered change or progress, while differentiation leads to higher and more complex state. ये एक चीज पढ़ लेना आप. Multicellular plants में growth is indeterminate. These are the properties of growth. मतलब मल्टीसेल्युलर प्लांट्स में ग्रोथ जो होता है वो थ्रू आउट द लाइफ होता है, indefinitely होता है. It is restricted to some specific region called meristems, which are the regions where new cells are constantly and continuously produced. Meristems are of three types based on location, with apical, intercalary, and lateral meristem. Apical meristem in vascular plants, growth is restricted to the apices of root and shoot. In intercalary meristem, it is located at the nodes or the base of the internode of stem. It is primarily responsible for increasing length of internodes and also for formation of leaf, primordia, and lateral buds. Lateral meristem, it is located laterally along the axis of the dicots, and gymnosperms, it is located as strip in the vascular bundles of stems of dicot. These are the lateral meristems. Lateral meristems helps in increasing the girth. Girth मतलब मोटापा, मतलब प्लांट जो होते हैं वो laterally grow करते हैं and प्राइमरीली भी ग्रो करते हैं, मतलब इन हाइट भी ग्रो करते हैं और लेटरली भी ग्रो करते हैं, उनका गर्थ भी इंक्रीज होता है. यू नीड टू सी फेजेस ऑफ ग्रोथ. आपको फेजेस ऑफ ग्रोथ देखने के लिए विल सी द रूट. हम एक रूट चेक करेंगे. द सेल्स इन द मेरिस्टेम, मेरिस्टेम के सेल्स जो है वो डिवाइड करते हैं, फिर एनलार्ज होते हैं और फिर बाद में मैच्योर हो जाते हैं, जिसको बोलते हैं डिफरेंशिएट होना. करस्पॉन्डिंग टू दिस थ्री स्टेजेस देयर आर थ्री फेजेस ऑफ ग्रोथ. पहला है फेज ऑफ सेल डिवीजन, जिसको फॉर्मेशन बोलते हैं. सेल्स ऑफ मेरिस्टेम आर थिन वॉल्ड होंगे, नॉन वैक्यूलेटेड होंगे, मतलब उसके अंदर वैक्यूल नहीं होगा क्योंकि उस सेल को डिवाइड करना है. हैविंग प्रोमिनेंट न्यूक्लियस, न्यूक्लियस प्रोमिनेंट होगा. ग्रैन्युलर साइटोप्लाज्म होगा, साइटोप्लाज्म अच्छा खासा होगा उसके अंदर. मेरिस्टेमेटिक सेल्स अंडरगोज माइटोटिक डिवीजन टू फॉर्म two new cells. One cell remain meristematic and the other cell undergoes enlargement and differentiation. In this phase, rate of growth occurs at a slower pace or lag phase. इस फेज में रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ जो होगा वो स्लोअर पेस पे होगा, धीरे धीरे होगा, उसको लैग फेज कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज फेज ऑफ सेल एनलार्जमेंट or elongation. The newly formed cells becomes vacuolated, osmotically active, and turgid. Newly formed cells becomes vacuolated, osmotically active, and turgid due to absorption of water. The turgidity results in the enlargement of cell. मतलब यहाँ पे सेल न्यू सेल्स जो बन चुके हैं वो वैक्यूल ला जाता है उसके अंदर, ऑस्मोटिकली एक्टिव हो जाते हैं और टर्जिड हो जाते हैं, जिसकी वजह से क्योंकि पानी आता है उनके अंदर। द टर्जिडिटी रिजल्ट इन द एनलार्जमेंट ऑफ सेल। बोथ लेंथ वाइज भी बढ़ते हैं एंड ब्रेड्थ वाइज भी बढ़ते हैं। In this phase, new cell, new wall materials, and other materials are synthesized to cope up with the enlargement. The growth rate in this phase occurs at an accelerated pace, जिसको exponential और log phase भी कहते हैं. Phase of cell maturation or differentiation, the enlarged cells now become specialized to perform specific function. Phase of maturation में enlarged cells specific function perform करने लगते हैं and attains maturity, both morphological and physiological. Maturity is attained. Suppose this is the leaf. तो ये लीफ के ऊपर से प्लिम्यूल निकलेगा, नीचे से रेडिकल निकलेगा। तो इस रेडिकल के अंदर हम फेजेस देख रहे हैं। सबसे नीचे जो फेज दिखेगा वो फेज ऑफ सेल फॉर्मेशन दिखेगा, जोन ऑफ सेल फॉर्मेशन दिखेगा, जिसमें मेरिस्टेमेटिक जोन भी कहते हैं। उसके बाद सेल्स जो डिवाइड हो चुके हैं वो क्या करेंगे, वो इलोंगेट होंगे, साइज में एनलार्ज होंगे, लेंथ बढ़ाएंगे, उसको जोन ऑफ इलोंगेशन कहते हैं। यहाँ पे परमानेंट सेल्स हो जाते हैं और दिस इज द जोन ऑफ मेच्योर सेल्स। नो व्हाट आर द कह रहे हैं हम ग्रोथ इन प्लांट्स को क्या कर सकते हैं, वी कैन मेजर द ग्रोथ इन प्लांट्स। ग्रोथ इन प्लांट्स इज इंक्रीज इन द नंबर ऑफ सेल्स प्रोड्यूस। फॉर एग्जांपल इन्होंने एक एग्जांपल दे रखा है कि अगर आपको ग्रोथ इन द नंबर ऑफ इन टर्म्स ऑफ नंबर ऑफ सेल्स बताना है कि भाई नंबर ऑफ सेल्स बढ़े हैं तो ग्रोथ होता है, इसका एग्जांपल है, द एग्जांपल फॉर दिस इज सिंगल मेज रूट अपिकल मेरिस्टेम कैन गिव राइज टू मोर देन 17,500 न्यू सेल्स पर आर। ये अपने एनसीईआरटी में भी हमने पढ़ाया है। इंक्रीज इन सरफेस एरिया ऑफ लीफ मेजर कर सकते हैं। इंक्रीज इन लेंथ दैट इज ग्रोथ ऑफ पॉलन ट्यूब मेजर कर सकते हैं। इंक्रीज इन वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ फ्रूट के लिए हम देखेंगे कि वाटरमेलन फ्लावर ओवरी आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन increases its size or volume by 350,000 times. Increase in girth of shoot. Increase in dry weight of organ. ये है, ये आपको नहीं पढ़ना है. This part you don't have to study. Now we'll talk about conditions for growth. The different environmental and physiological conditions necessary for the growth include water supply of nutrients. Water चाहिए, supply of nutrients चाहिए, temperature, oxygen, carbon, नाइट्रोजन, कार्बन टू नाइट्रोजन रेशियो देखना है, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स देखना है, लाइट देखना है, ग्रोथ हार्मोन्स है कि नहीं है। These are the chief conditions that are explained below. Water is essential component of protoplasm, and since it maintains the rigidity of the cell, it acts as aqueous medium for biochemical reactions. Microelements and macroelements are nutrients required for proper growth of plant. Optimum temperature ranges between 25 to 35 degrees, जिसमें कोई भी plants अच्छे से grow करते हैं। Oxygen is essential for the release and for the respiration and release of energy. Light is very much essential for germination of seed and photosynthesis. Gravitational force decides the direction of growth of the shoot and root. Next we'll talk about growth rate and types of growth. In growth rate, it is increased growth per unit time. It is also called efficiency index. Growth rate is increased growth. Increased growth per unit time. It is also called efficiency index. Rate of growth can be measured by an increase in the size or the area of the different plant organs like leaf and flowers and fruit. The ratio of change in the cell number, that is dn, over the time interval dt is called absolute growth rate. Alternatively, it is the measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. So absolute growth can be defined as change in number of cells upon total time taken. The absolute growth rate when divided by total number of cells present in the medium initial, मतलब जब आप एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ जो है, जो भी वैल्यू निकाला, जो एग्जैक्ट ग्रोथ है, एग्जैक्ट ग्रोथ इज नोन एज एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ। तो एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ को ओरिजिनली जितने सेल्स प्रेजेंट था उससे डिवाइड करेंगे। अल्टरनेटिवली आरजीआर refers to the growth of a particular system per unit time expressed as a common basis, or it is the ratio of growth in the given time or initial growth. So RGR is what? AGR upon N. AGR and RGR are useful in describing dynamics of cell growth in culture. Now we'll talk about types of growth. प्लांट्स के कौन से हिस्से कौन सा टाइप का ग्रोथ दिखाते हैं? दे कैन शो टू टाइप्स ऑफ ग्रोथ. One is the arithmetic growth and the second is geometric growth. First we'll talk about arithmetic growth. Arithmetic growth में here the rate of growth is constant. बार बार जो जितने नंबर से सेल बढ़ेगा वो कांस्टेंट होगा, मतलब हर बार एक सेल बढ़ेगा या दो सेल बढ़ेगा, बट वो कांस्टेंट होगा. और जबकि ज्योमेट्रिक ग्रोथ में नंबर ऑफ सेल्स जो बढ़ेंगे वो बार बार ज्योमेट्रिकली बढ़ेंगे. ज्योमेट्रिकली मतलब क्या? एक से दो हुआ तो एक सेल बढ़ा, दो से फिर चार हो जाएगा, जिसमें आप देख रहे हो कि दो से चार में एक ही टाइम पे दो सेल बढ़ गया, चार से आठ में एक ही टाइम पे चार सेल बढ़ गया, ऐसा है. और एरिथमेटिक में ऐसे होगा 1 3 5 7 9, देखो ना हर बार कितने सेल बढ़ रहे हैं? दो ही बढ़ रहे हैं, ऐसे है. An increase in the growth is occurs in arithmetic progression, that is 2 4 6 8 centimeters, etc. In this type of growth, the rate of growth is constant. After mitosis, one of the daughter cell continues to divide and the other cell takes part in differentiation and maturation. एक सेल कंटिन्यू करता है डिवाइड करना और दूसरा जो है वो डिफरेंशिएट हो जाता है और मैच्योर हो जाता है. एग्जाम्पल, इलोंगेशन ऑफ रूट एट अ कांस्टेंट रेट बेस्ट एक्सप्लेन्स अरिथमेटिक ग्रोथ. यहाँ पे जो कर्व मिलेगा, लीनियर कर्व इज ऑब्टेन्ड व्हेन द ग्रोथ रेट इज प्लॉटेड अगेंस्ट द टाइम. Arithmetic growth is expressed mathematically by an equation where LT will be the length at time t, L naught length at time 0, R is growth rate and T is time of growth. When graph of length is plotted against time, a linear curve is obtained indicated in the diagram. So this is the graph for the geometric growth, constant linear growth. Now we'll talk about geometric growth. In geometric growth, cells divides mitotically into two. Here, both of the daughter cells continue to divide and redivide repeatedly. Such growth is called geometric growth. Here growth rate is slow. यहाँ पे growth rate जो है वो slow है initially. शुरू में growth rate slow होता है, but later on there is rapid growth or exponential rate. Geometric growth can be expressed mathematically by an equation. WT is equal to W naught e raised to RT, where WT is what? WT is final size, W naught is initial size, R is growth rate, T is time, and E is what? Base of natural logarithm. The example, right? Growth rate का. We can observe quantitative comparison. हम एक quantitative comparison कर सकते हैं between the growth of living systems in two ways, दो तरीके से. एक है एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ और दूसरा है रिलेटिव ग्रोथ. ये डेफिनेशन आ जाएगा आपको. मेजरमेंट एंड कंपैरिजन ऑफ टोटल ग्रोथ पर यूनिट टाइम इज कॉल्ड एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ. Measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time is called absolute growth, whereas the growth of the system per unit time expressed on common basis per unit initial parameter is called relative growth rate. आपके पास दो एग्जांपल्स दिख रहे होंगे, इन एग्जांपल्स को एक्सप्लेन करना है. दोनों में ए और बी के लिए, फॉर द लीफ ए, इफ यू विल कैलकुलेट एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ, अगर आप एब्सोल्यूट ग्रोथ कैलकुलेट करोगे तो फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल 10 माइनस 5 क्या आ जाएगा? आंसर 5 आ जाएगा. इसके लिए अगर कैलकुलेट करोगे एजीआर तो ये कितना आएगा? 55. 55 - 50 इक्वल्स टू 50. यहाँ आरजीआर की बात करें तो एजीआर अपॉन ओरिजिनल आ जाता है, तो 5/10 आ जाएगा, जिसकी वैल्यू 0.1 होगी. और यहाँ आरजीआर की बात करें तो आंसर 5/50 आएगा, क्योंकि इनिशियल 50 है. तो यहाँ क्या आ जाएगा? ये 0. सॉरी, ओरिजिनल तो 5 है ना, 5. तो यहाँ 1 आ जाएगा और यहाँ आ जाएगा 0.1. तो मतलब इस वाले लीफ का अगर आप देखोगे रिलेटिव ग्रोथ, तो वो 100% ग्रो हुआ है. पहले 5 था अब 10 है. और इसका अगर देखोगे तो इसका सिर्फ 10% बढ़ा है. पहले 55 था अब 50 है. राइट. वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन द ग्रोथ रेट्स, ग्रोथ कर्व. एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ कर्व जब आप देखोगे तो एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ फेज में 3 distinct phases दिखेंगे: lag phase, exponential और phase where the growth rate is faster, and stationary phase. So these are the things: lag phase, exponential phase, or stationary phase. Next, the topic is differentiation, dedifferentiation, and redifferentiation. This is the most important point from this chapter where you will get question इनके ऊपर. तो differentiation, dedifferentiation, and redifferentiation आपको पता होना चाहिए. What is differentiation? Differentiation is maturation of cells derived from apical meristem of root and shoot. It is the maturation of cells derived from apical meristem of root and shoot. Permanent change in structure and function of cells leading to maturation is called differentiation. During cell differentiation, cells undergoes few to major anatomical and physiological changes. Cell differentiation के समय differentiation is what maturation of cells derived from apical meristem of root and shoot. मतलब रैम और सैम जो है ना, what is differentiation? It is conversion of meristematic cells into permanent cell. जैसे कि रैम और सैम ये दोनों मॉडिफाई हो जाएंगे किसमें? परमानेंट सेल में, right? During cell differentiation, cell undergoes few to major anatomical and physiological changes. एग्जाम्पल की बात करें तो पैरेन्काइमा इन हाइड्रोफाइट्स develops large schizogenous spaces for mechanical support buoyancy and aeration. The maturation is at the cost of capacity to divide and redivide. मतलब अगर कोई सेल मेच्योर हो रहा है तो उसको अपनी क्या कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी? अपनी जो कैपेसिटी है डिवाइड और रिडिवाइड की, उसको खोना पड़ेगा. नेक्स्ट इज डे डिफरेंशिएशन. जिस सेल को डिफरेंशिएट कर चुके हैं, परमानेंट बना चुके हैं, उनकी परमानेंसी वापस छीन लेनी है और उनको वापस मेरिस्टेमेटिक बना देना है. देखो लिखा है, द लिविंग डिफरेंशिएटेड सेल विच हैज लॉस्ट द कैपेसिटी टू डिवाइड. The living differentiated cell which has lost the capacity to divide may regain the same as per the need and divide. Thus, permanent cells undergoes dedifferentiation and becomes meristematic. Examples are what interfascicular cambium and cork cambium are formed from parenchyma cells between vascular bundles. Next is redifferentiation. The cells produced by dedifferentiation once again loses the capacity to divide and mature. जो सेल्स डी डिफरेंशिएशन से बने थे, मतलब सेकेंडरी मेरिस्टेम बने थे, राइट, वो सेकेंडरी मेरिस्टेम वापस क्या करेंगे? परफॉर्म करेंगे स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन, मतलब मेच्योर होंगे, और इसको हम बोलते हैं रीडिफरेंशिएशन. एग्जांपल है सेकेंडरी जाइलम एंड सेकेंडरी फ्लोएम. नेक्स्ट विल टॉक अबाउट डेवलपमेंट. Development is defined as it refers to ordered and progressive changes in the shape, form, and degree of complexity. It refers to the order or progressive change in the shape, form, and degree of complexity. It includes all the changes occurring in sequence from germination of seed up to the senescence or death during the life cycle of plants. Thus, development includes growth, morphogenesis, maturation, and senescence. So, what are the steps of development? तो एक सीड जो है वो जर्मिनेट होगा. सीड विल जर्मिनेट, फॉर्म मेरिस्टेम, मेरिस्टेम्स बनाएगा, मेरिस्टेम सेल डिवीजन करेंगे, प्लाज्मेटिक ग्रोथ होगा मतलब इलोंगेट होंगे. प्लाज्मेटिक ग्रोथ, देखो सीड जर्मिनेशन, मेरिस्टेमेटिक एक्टिविटी आएगा तो सेल डिवीजन करेंगे, प्लाज्मेटिक ग्रोथ होगा तो सेल इलोंगेट करेंगे, फिर सेल मेच्योर करेंगे, मेच्योर सेल्स सेनेसेंस में जाएंगे, सेनेसेंस मतलब बुढ़ापा, बाद में उनका हो जाएगा डेथ. We will talk about plasticity. Plasticity is what? So plasticity, it is the capacity of being molded, formed or modeled. तो प्लास्टिसिटी मतलब मोल्ड करना, जिसको हम मोल्ड कर सकते हैं, कोई भी डेफिनेट शेप दे सकते हैं उसका जो पुराना शेप है उसको तोड़कर. इट इज द एबिलिटी ऑफ द प्लांट्स टू फॉर्म डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स, दैट इज टू चेंज in response to different environmental, that is external or internal stimuli in various phases of life. In many plants, juvenile stage and mature stage show different forms of leaves in the same plant. Example, heterophyll in cotton, coriander or larkspur. The environmental heterophyll is shown by what? Buttercup, जिसका नाम है Ranunculus flebalis. फ्लेबेलेसिस। सिर्फ आप बटर कप याद रखें, अपने एनसीईआरटी में वही दिया। The intrinsic plasticity is found in coriander and cotton. Heterophyly is exhibited in the same plant in different growth phases or under different environmental conditions. हमें ग्रोथ हार्मोन्स के बारे में पढ़ना है। द टर्म ग्रोथ हार्मोन वाज कॉइन्ड बाय स्टार्लिंग, स्टार्लिंग ने दिया था। द इंटरनल फैक्टर्स दैट इन्फ्लुएंस, दिस आर द इंटरनल फैक्टर्स दैट इन्फ्लुएंस ग्रोथ, इसको ग्रोथ हार्मोन्स बोलते हैं या ग्रोथ रेगुलेटर्स बोलते हैं। Growth regulators could be of two types. Either they can promote the growth, which are known as growth promoters. Examples are auxins, gibberellic acid, and cytokinins. Growth inhibitors in plants are ethylene and abscisic acid. Right? All phytohormones are growth regulators. सारे phytohormones growth regulators हैं. Auxin is the first hormone to be discovered in plants. Discovery of auxin dates back to by Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was studying tropism in plants. He exposed canary grass coleoptile. मैंने बताया है कि उन्होंने कैनरी ग्रास कोलियोप्टाइल को यूनिलेटरल लाइट दिया तो कंक्लूड किया कि ग्रोथ स्टिमुलस इज डेवलप्ड इन द कोलियोप्टाइल टिप एंड ट्रांसमिटेड डाउनवर्ड्स टू द ग्रोथ जोन. दिस हैज कॉज्ड बेंडिंग ऑफ द टिप टुवर्ड्स लाइट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज हु आइसोलेटेड दिस. मतलब डार्विन ने डिस्कवर करा एंड हु आइसोलेटेड दिस. एफ.डब्ल्यू. वेंट सक्सेसफुली आइसोलेटेड नेचुरल ऑक्सीन from Avena coleoptile tips. He cut off the tip and placed them on a small agar blocks. Then, after certain period of time, placed the agar blocks asymmetrically on cut coleoptile stump that caused bending. He demonstrated the presence of substance which could diffuse into the agar blocks, and he named this chemical as what? Oxine. जैसे ये एफ डब्ल्यू डार्विन का एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या हुआ, डार्विन ने जब लाइट दिया यूनिलेटरल तो उन्होंने देखा कि बेंडिंग हो रही है, बट जब टॉप ऑफ द कोलियोप्टाइल रिमूव किया तो बेंडिंग गिर गई. राइट. फिर ये सब नहीं पढ़ना है, ये दोनों नहीं पढ़ना है इनके, ये वाला पढ़ना है. एफ.डब्ल्यू. वेंट ने क्या किया देखो, कट कोलियोप्टाइल टिप पर एक अगार ब्लॉक रख दिया और अगार ब्लॉक रखने के बाद टिप रिमूव करके वापस अगार ब्लॉक पे रखा तो देखा कि टिप के अंदर बेंडिंग हुई. ये चीज मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था. अकॉर्डिंग टू थीमन एंड पिनकस, प्लांट हॉर्मोन्स आर ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस produced naturally in higher plants affecting growth or other physiological functions at a site remote from its place of production. जहां बनेंगे वहां ये एक्ट नहीं करेंगे, एक्ट ये उसके ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में करेंगे. एंड दे आर एक्टिव इन वेरी माइन्यूट मिनट amount. Next is hormones are transported through phloem parenchyma. We'll talk about auxin in detail. F.W. Went in 1931 used the term auxin was isolated from urine of a person suffering from pellagra disease. Right. The common and important natural auxins you should remember. The examples of natural auxin is indole 3 acetic acid. Tryptophan is the precursor of indole 3 acetic acid. Right. Synthetic auxins are known nowadays, which is known as IBA, which is indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid, and 2,4-D. This is dichlorophenoxyacetic acid है. ये पाई नहीं है, डाई है. इसके फंक्शंस याद रखेंगे. द प्राइमरी इफेक्ट इज सेल एनलार्जमेंट, पहला फंक्शन है. सेकंड इज इट शोज, मतलब आप डायरेक्ट डायरेक्ट लिख लेना जो हाईलाइट कर रहा हूँ. क्वेश्चन आएगा फिजियोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट्स एंड एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ ऑक्सीन्स. तो पहला है फिजियोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट, इट हेल्प्स इन व्हाट? द प्राइमरी इफेक्ट इज सेल एनलार्जमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज अपिकल डोमिनेंस. ऑक्सीन स्टिमुलेट्स growth of stem and root. Auxin induces multiplication of cells, hence used in tissue culture experiments to produce callus. It stimulates. These are marketed as synthetic herbicides. इनको synthetic herbicides मतलब to kill unwanted dicot weeds. Example is 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. It kills dicot weeds without affecting monocot crop plants. The seedless fruits, like seedless fruits बना सकते हैं like orange, lemon, grapes, banana, etc. are produced by application of auxin. Auxins promote cell division in cambium and also cause early differentiation of xylem and phloem. It promotes root elongation in low concentration and shooting or higher concentration at higher concentration. It also hastens early rooting and propagation by cutting. Foliar spray of naphthalene acid and 2,4-D dichlorophenoxyacetic acid induces flowering in lychee and pineapple. Right. It is known to increase the rate of respiration. Auxin breaks dormancy in seed and promotes quick germination. Now we'll talk about gibberellins, another growth promoting hormone. This is growth promoting hormone. This is abundant in root tip and developing seeds. Gibberellins were first isolated from fungus Gibberella fujikuri by Japanese scientist Kurosawa. He observed that when a rice plant was infected by fungus Gibberella fujikuri, it shows extensive stem elongation called Bakane disease. The crystalline form of gibberellin was isolated by Yabuta and Sumiki from the fungus culture. More than 150 chemical types of GA are known so far. GA3 is the most common and biologically active form. Chemically, it contains a Gibbon ring, cyclic diterpene. So it is diterpene. Physiological effects and applications of gibberellins. Dormancy of bud can be broken by gibberellin treatment. It can promote seed germination in cereals like barley and wheat by synthesizing hydrolyzing enzymes, amylase to produce sugar. The most striking effect it is the elongation of stem where internodes increase in length. It also promotes bolting. Example, elongation of internodes just prior to flowering in plants, both with rosette habit. बोल्टिंग करवाते हैं मतलब इंटरनोड इलोंगेशन फ्लावरिंग से पहले ही करवा देते हैं. एग्जाम्पल है बीटरूट और कैबेज. ये पार्थिनोकार्पी कॉज करते हैं टोमेटो में, एप्पल में और पियर में. ये फ्लावरिंग इन लॉन्ग डे प्लांट्स भी करवाता है. इट इज यूज टू इंक्रीज द फ्रूट साइज एंड बंच लेंथ ऑफ grapes. When gibberellins are applied on genetically dwarfed plants like maize, the stem rapidly elongates and acquires the height of normal tall varieties of maize. Application of gibberellin overcomes the requirement of vernalization. Usually, it inhibits the growth of root, delays senescence, and prevents abscission. It breaks dormancy of seed and hastens germination. Causes application of gibberellin causes production of male flowers on female plant. Next is cytokinin. It is another growth hormone that promotes cell division. Latham coined जाने दो. First cytokinin was discovered by Skoog and Miller during investigation of nutritional requirements of callus tissue of Nicotiana tobacco. They observed that the callus proliferated when the nutrients were supplemented with coconut milk, degraded samples of DNA, which was obtained from herring sperm. They named it as kinetin. उस chemical का नाम रखा. Chemically, this kinetin is N6-furfurylaminopurin. Para natural cytokinin was obtained from unripe maize grains by Latham et al. It is known as zeatin. Zeatin is 6-benzyl adenine synthetic cytokinin hormone. This is synthetic. 7 different types of cytokinins are recorded from plants. What are the physiological effects? Besides cell division, it also promotes cell enlargement. High cytokinin promotes shooting. जितना ज्यादा साइटोकाइनिन होगा उतना शूटिंग होगा. शूटिंग मतलब शूट पार्ट बनेगा. A low ratio of cytokinin to auxin induce root development, जिसमें साइटोकाइनिन कम है और ऑक्सिन ज्यादा है उसमें क्या बनेगा रूट. क्योंकि आप याद रखो ऑक्सिन इज primarily involved in root formation. Cytokinin and auxin ratio and their interaction controls morphogenic differentiation. It promotes growth of lateral buds and controls apical dominance. It delays the senescence or aging and abscission process in plant organs. It was reported by Janeda. Here's a point. Cytokinin reserves apical dominance effect. It induces RNA synthesis and formation of interfascicular cambium. Next is ethylene. It is the only gaseous growth regulator. Ethylene is effective in fruit ripening. Gain established that plant naturally synthesized ethylene. Crocker proposed that ethylene in plants responsible for fruit ripening. It is a simple gaseous hydrocarbon with essential role in fruit ripening. The most widely used compound as a source of ethylene is ethylene. It is synthesized in root stem, root shoot, apical meristem, ripening fruits, etc. Physiological effects. It promotes ripening of fruits like bananas, apples, and mangoes. It stimulates initiation of lateral root in plant and breaks the dormancy of bud and seed. It accelerates the abscission activity in leaves, flowers, and fruits by forming an abscission layer. Ethylene inhibits the growth of lateral buds and causes apical dominance and retards flowering. It inhibits flowering in most of the plants, example pineapple, except pineapple. It causes epinasty, which is drooping of leaves and flowers. It increases the activity of chlorophyllase enzyme, causing degenerating effect in banana and citrus fruits. Next is the last hormone, abscisic acid. It is natural growth inhibiting hormone. Kahns and Endicott observed that shedding of cotton balls was due to a chemical abscission 1 and 2, wherein isolated a substance from buds of acer that induced bud dormancy and named it dorming. These two identical chemical substances were given the common name abscisic acid. It is synthesized in leaves, fruits, and fruits, seeds, etc. Chemically, it is a 515 carbon sesquiterpenoid and is synthesized in the from mevalonic acid. Physiological effects and applications of ABA. It promotes absorption of leaves and induces dormancy in many plants. It controls dormancy in buds and seeds by inhibiting growth process. It accelerates the senescence of leaves, flowers, and fruit. It inhibits delays cell division and cell elongation and suppresses the cambium activity by inhibiting mitosis in vascular cambium. ABA could cause efflux of potassium ion from the guard cells and results in closure of stomata. So it is known as what anti-transparent. It acts as stress hormone by inducing the water to bear the adverse environmental condition. It inhibits flowering in long day plants but stimulates flowering in short day plants. Next, we'll talk about photoperiodism. तो यहाँ पे दो चीज पढ़ना है. Influence of light on plant is known as photoperiodism and temperature on plant is known as vernalization. Care and light as an environmental factor influences germination of seed, vegetative growth, photosynthesis. Light as factor has three aspects: quality, intensity, and duration of light. The term photoperiod was used by Garner and Allard. They were studying the flowering behavior in plants, soybean, and Maryland mammoth variety of tobacco. They found that soybean plant flowers during late summer and tobacco variety during winters. Irrespective of their germination and growing season, they studied effect of ये सब जाने दो. ये याद रखना आप. Based on photoperiodic responses, plants were classified into three categories: short day plants, long day plants, and day neutral plants. What are short day plants? ये 2 मार्क का क्वेश्चन आएगा. This plant usually flower during winter. शॉर्ट डे मतलब छोटे दिन कब होता है? विंटर में होता है. So the plants that flowers during winter and late summers when day length is shorter than the critical photoperiod. Critical photoperiod is the amount of is the duration of light that is needed, minimum amount of light, minimum duration of light that is needed for. एक सेकेंड ना. The critical photo period is that length of photo period above or below which flowering occurs. These are called long day plants because they require long interrupted dark period for flowering. If dark period is interrupted, even ये जाने दो, आप सिर्फ याद रखो लॉन्ग डे प्लांट्स के बारे में अभी. Plants that flower during summer or called long day plants. They require longer duration of light than the critical photo period. They are called short night plants. They are also called short night plants as they require short dark period. Example is what sugar beet, cabbage, spinach, wheat, poppy plant, etc. A day neutral plant. This plant flowers throughout the year around, independent of the duration of light, that is photo period. They do not require specific photo period to flower. Therefore, they are called day neutral plants. Example: cucumber, tomato, cotton, sunflower, maize, balsam, etc. ये नहीं पढ़ना है आपको, फाइटोक्रोम वगैरह जाने दो. वर्नलाइजेशन के ऊपर एक छोटा सा आंसर आप प्रिपेयर करना फ्रॉम डाइजेस्ट. ये सब नीट में नहीं है, वर्नलाइजेशन एंड ऑल. तो विल टॉक अबाउट वर्नलाइजेशन. वर्नलाइजेशन इज व्हाट temperature as environmental factor influences several physiological processes including reproduction. Temperature as a factor has three cardinal points: minimum temperature, optimum, and maximum temperature. So what is vernalization? Vernalization is defined as the acceleration of the ability of flower by chilling treatment. It is an influence of temperature on development and flowering. Many plants such as cereals, Many plants such as cereals, crucifers require a period of cold treatment for flowering. It is the method of inducing early flowering in the plants by a pre-treatment to their seeds, settling at low temperature. इसमें सीड्स को बहुत कम टेम्परेचर पे, दैट इज 1 to 6 डिग्री फॉर 1 to 1.5 months ड्यूरेशन रखा जाता है. द साइट ऑफ वर्नलाइजेशन इज बिलीव टू बी शूट अपाइकल मेरिस्टेम, जिसमें चिलिंग ट्रीटमेंट देते हैं. राइट. द रिवर्जन ऑफ वर्नलाइजेशन बाय हाई टेम्परेचर treatment is called devernalization. Advantages of vernalization: you have to write crops can be produced earlier. Crops can be cultivated in regions where they do not grow naturally. अब हम फाइनली आ जाते हैं मिनरल न्यूट्रिशन पर. तो हमें ये याद रखना है कि प्लांट्स को मिनरल न्यूट्रिशन भी चाहिए. ये सब मिनरल न्यूट्रिशन कहाँ से मिलता है? अर्थ क्रस्ट से मिलता है, सॉइल से मिलता है. राइट. कह रहे हैं सोर्स ऑफ मिनरल्स क्या है, वो कहाँ से मिलेंगे? प्लांट्स डिराइव नेसेसरी एलिमेंट्स फ्रॉम एटमॉस्फेयर, सॉइल एंड वाटर. Carbon enters the plant as atmospheric carbon dioxide. Source of hydrogen is water and oxygen. Comes from air and water. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are not minerals in this origin. Classification of minerals. हमने minerals को classify कर रखा है. On earlier on the basis of the requirement, minerals were classified as essential and non-essential. Minerals, essential minerals are those that are indispensable without which plants cannot complete their life cycle. For example, चौन पी याद रखना. कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन, फॉस्फोरस. These elements play structural and physiological role. Their absence can produce or cause major deficiency symptoms. The non-essential elements are not indispensable. ये तो नॉन एसेंशियल एलिमेंट्स नॉट इंडिस्पेंसिबल है, मतलब खुद वो लोग नहीं बनाते हैं, बाहर से चाहिए. Based on the quantity requirement, minerals are classified as minor or micro element or major or macro elements. Micro elements are required in traces because they function in catalytic role. Example as zinc, copper, aluminum, silicon, etc. Zinc, copper, aluminum, silicon, etc. Macro elements are required in large quantity. Macro elements are required in large quantity. They mainly play the nutritive and structural roles. कैसे याद रखेंगे? चॉपकिंस का मैगी ट्रिक लिखेंगे, इसको याद रखेंगे. माइक्रो एलिमेंट्स के एग्जांपल कैसे याद रखेंगे आप? you'll write it with what the trick. चॉप चॉपकिंस का मैगी. carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, magnesium. These are major or micro elements. Right. Symptoms of mineral deficiency in plants. अगर मिनरल की डेफिशिएंसी हो गई तो कुछ सिम्टम्स दिखते हैं. राइट. Symptoms of mineral deficiency in plants. The concentration of the essential elements below which plant growth is retarded is termed as critical concentration. उन चीजों का. Some important deficiency symptoms seen in plants are stunting, the growth is retarded, the stem appears condensed and short. Chlorosis, it is loss or non-development of chlorophyll resulting in the yellowing of leaves. Necrosis, it is localized death of tissue of leaves. Mottling, appearance of green and non-green patches on the leaves. Abscission, premature fall of flowers, fruits and leaves. ये कुछ एलिमेंट्स है और उनके ना आप फंक्शन याद रखना और डेफिशिएंसी सिम्टम याद रखना, ये आपको ही करना है एग्जाम से पहले. नाइट्रोजन क्या क्या बनाता है? तो नाइट्रोजन का प्रोटीन है, न्यूक्लिक एसिड बनाता है, विटामिन बनाता है, हार्मोन्स बनाता है, कोएंजाइम्स बनाता है, एटीपी बनाता है, क्लोरोफिल बनाता है. ये अगर कम हुआ तो स्टंटेड ग्रोथ होगा और क्लोरोसिस होगा. फॉस्फोरस जो है फॉस्फेट वो आपको सॉल्ट से मिलता है, सॉरी रॉक से मिलता है, रॉक से. तो इट इज व्हाट फॉस्फेट इज. इट इज कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट ऑफ सेल. एक सेकेंड. Phosphorus is what constituent of cell membrane, certain proteins, all nucleic acids and nucleotides required for phosphorylation reactions. Potassium, it is yellow edges to leaf. Calcium, it shows stunted growth. Magnesium, it shows chlorosis. ये ऐसी चीजें पढ़ लेना आप एक बार, ये एक बार देख कर जाना. टॉक्सिसिटी ऑफ माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स में पीवाईक्यू आप ये सब पढ़ लेना. मिनरल सॉल्ट एब्जॉर्प्शन. What are the methods by which the mineral salt gets absorbed? It is passive absorption, movement of mineral ions into the root occurs by diffusion. Molecules or iron diffuse from a region of higher concentration to region of the lower concentration. We'll read about Donan equilibrium. Donan equilibrium, it is based on the assumption that certain negatively charged ions, after their entry into the cell, become fixed on inner side of the cell membrane and cannot diffuse outside through the cell membrane. Therefore, additional mobile condition cations are required to balance this fixed ions. This is known as Donan equilibrium. Active absorption. Uptake of mineral ion against concentration gradient is called active transport. It requires supply through ATP. Some cycles you need to remember. Nitrogen cycle you need to remember. Nitrogen cycle is what it is series of natural process by which nitrogen enters successively from air to organisms through the soil and back to the environment. Environment से organisms के अंदर आए और organism से वापस environment में जाए. To do this, they need nitrogen. Unfortunately, it is very inert. Non-reactive plants need nitrogen in a reactive form, usually as nitrates. ये एक नाइट्रोजन साइकिल का डायग्राम है. तो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नाइट्रोजन साइकिल जो एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन है, उस एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन का क्या क्या हो सकता है। सो इट कुड गो दिस वे कि एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन का नॉन बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन हो सकता है या फिर बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन। तो मतलब जो एटमॉस्फेयर में प्रेजेंट नाइट्रोजन है वो दो तरीके से सॉइल में आ सकता है, बायोलॉजिकल नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन और नॉन बायोलॉजिकल नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, जिनसे बन जाएंगे। बायोलॉजिकल नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन से बनता है अमोनिया और नॉन बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन से बनता है नाइट्रेट्स इन सॉइल। ये दोनों को मिलाकर अमोनिया बना दिया जाता है। या फिर कमर्शियल फर्टिलाइजर्स इन सॉइल, सॉइल मतलब हम दुकान से फर्टिलाइजर्स खरीद के ला के भी डाल सकते हैं। This ammonia in plants, it produces amino acids in plants. Amino acids are utilized to form plant proteins. You know, these plant proteins are ingested as food by the animals, and animals make it die. Animals make it die, or they may do excreta. जब वो potty करेंगे तो उनका nitrogenous organic matter will go into the soil, right? या फिर plant खुद मर जाएगा, animal भी मरेगा, plant भी मरेगा, तो their nitrogenous organic matter will go into the soil. And ammonifying bacteria in the soil या फिर combustion इनका जलना will produce ammonia in the soil. This ammonia nitrifying bacteria will convert it into nitrites in the soil. And denitrifying bacteria will convert this nitrites into the soil into atmospheric nitrogen. ठीक. So this is nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation. Who carry out nitrogen fixation? This is carried out via atmospheric nitrogen is a source of nitrogen. It cannot be used directly. It The nitrogen combines with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen to form compounds before being used. Conversion of free nitrogen of the atmosphere into the nitrogenous salts to make it available for the plants is called nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is physical and biological fixation. Physical nitrogen fixation may you'll see electric discharge will occur and it will form nitric oxide. This nitric oxide then oxidizes to nitrogen peroxide by combining with the oxygen. During rains, the nitrogen peroxide combines with the rainwater to form nitrous acid and nitric acid, which comes to the ground along with the rains. And this nitrous acid and nitric acid on ground, the alkali radicals of the soil react with the nitric acid to produce nitrites and nitrates. And they get combined with the calcium and potassium salts to form calcium nitrates or potassium nitrates. Industrial nitrogen fixation is what it occurs by Haber-Bosch nitrate process at high temperature and pressure. At high temperature and pressure, when you'll combine this nitrogen along with the hydrogen, you'll get two molecules of ammonia. This is known as industrial nitrogen fixation. Biological nitrogen fixation is done by the living organisms. It is carried out by prokaryotes, which are called as nitrogen fixers or diazotrophs. It accounts nearly 70% of natural nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation are either symbiotic or free living. The cyanobacteria fix significant amount of nitrogen in specialized cells which are known as heterocysts. You may get this question of heterocyst in the prelims exam, which is going to be conducted in the ISP. So, what are heterocysts? Heterocysts are the specialized cells present in the cyanobacteria that fix a significant amount of nitrogen. Nitrogen fixation is high energy requiring process, and nitrogen fixers use 16 molecules of ATP to fix each molecule of nitrogen. So to fix each molecule of nitrogen, the organisms need 16 molecules of ATP. So N2 plus 8H plus 8 electrons plus 16 ATP together gives 2 molecules of ammonia, hydrogen, ADP, and ठीक है. So this is nitrification. Most of the soil bacteria participate in converting ammonia into nitrate, the form of nitrogen which can be used by plants. So what are the forms of ammonia that can be used by plant? It is not nitrogen, it is not ammonia, it is nitrates. So this involves two-step performed by two different types of bacteria. First, a soil bacterium convert ammonia into nitrogen dioxide, which is nitrite. The examples of the organisms are Nitrosomonas and Nitrosococcus. So this Nitrosomonas and Nitrosococcus converts this ammonia into nitrite. Then another type of soil bacterium, which is known as nitrobacter, adds third oxygen atom to create nitrate. Finally, the nitrate has been created. These bacteria are chemoautotrophs. By metabolizing nitrogen along with the oxygen, they obtain energy to power their own life process. We'll talk about symbiotic nitrogen fixation. The best known nitrogen fixing symbiotic bacterium is Rhizobium, right? Best known nitrogen fixing symbiotic. Symbiotic means it is found associated with the roots of leguminous plants. So this soil living or dwelling bacterium forms root nodules in plants belonging to the family Fabaceae. Examples beans, groundnut, etc. We'll talk about ammonification. Ammonification may what it will occur. Proteins will undergo microbial decomposition to form amino acids, and this amino acids gets converted into ammonia and organic acids. Right? Amino acid synthesis occurs with the reductive amination. ये सब नहीं पढ़ना है. Still, I'll read this for you. Ammonification is what after the death of the plants and animals. जब plants और animals मर जाएंगे तो various fungi, actinomycetes and some ammonifying bacteria decompose the tissue and organic matter nitrogen into the amino acid, and then this amino acid has been converted into ammonia and back into the ecosystem. Ammonium is now available for uptake by plants and other microorganisms for growth. The proteins in the organisms, dead plants and animals gets microbial decomposition to form amino acids. I mean, amino acids has been degraded into ammonia and organic acids. We'll talk about nitrogen assimilation. Nitrogen assimilation in soil. Nitrogen is present as nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. It is absorbed by the green plants and converted to nitrogenous organic compounds like amino acids, DNA, etc. It is then known as nitrogen assimilation. Nitrogen assimilation means using something for our benefit. From plants, nitrogen as biomolecules like amino acids enters food chain and moves to animals and then to decomposers through the death of the organism. Amino acid synthesis. Amino acid बनता कैसे है? Amino acids are building blocks of proteins. The amino acids are synthesized through reductive amination. Ammonia reacts with alpha ketoglutaric acid to form glutamic acid, which is glutamate. So can you see this alpha ketoglutaric acid reacts with ammonia to form plus NADPH2. Glutamate dehydrogenase enzyme forms glutamic acid plus water plus NADP. Transamination amino group of one amino acid is transferred to keto position of another carboxylic acid. Glutamic acid plus oxaloacetic acid in the presence of enzyme glutamate aspartase aminotransferase forms alpha ketoglutaric acid and aspartic acid. ये इतना डिटेल में मत जाना, आप एक बार सिर्फ इसको देखकर चले जाना एग्जाम में. फिर बनता है अमाइड्स. अमोनिया में भी एब्जॉर्ब बाय अमीनो एसिड टू प्रोड्यूस अमाइड्स. दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड अमाइडेशन. The amides are the amino acids having two amino groups. Extra amino group is attached to the acidic group in presence of ATP. Amides like asparagine and glutamine are formed from glutamic acid and aspartic acid respectively by addition of another amino acid group. Denitrification is what? ये question आता है. It is the process in which the anaerobic bacteria can convert soil nitrates back to nitrogen gas. Denitrifying bacteria removes fixed nitrogen, that is nitrates, from the ecosystem and return it to the atmosphere in inert form. Denitrifying bacteria include Bacillus species, Paracoccus species, and Pseudomonas denitrificans. They transform nitrates to and nitric oxides and ultimately to gaseous nitrogen. Can you see this is nitrate, nitrite, nitrous acid, and finally nitrogen. Sedimentation nitrates of the soil are washed away to the sea or leached deep into the earth along with the percolating water. So with this, we have done with the chapter. Now we'll talk about. Sorry. If you have any doubt, please let me know. हेलो, किसी को कोई डाउट है? प्लीज लेट मी नो इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट। नो डाउट्स।
नो सर।
Okay, then we'll close the meeting. गौरी, ईरम, चेताश्री, रिदा, सैद, रूही।
नो सर।
ठीक है।